The old house stood at the end of Elm Street, dark, imposing, windows like vacant eyes. Everyone said it was haunted. No one dared to go near it. Except tonight, us. It was a stupid dare. Double, triple dog dared. I couldn't back down, not in front of them. My heart hammered against my ribs as I pushed open the creaking gate. Dust hung heavy in the air inside, swirling in the faint beams of sunlight that pierced through the grimy windows. The musty smell of decay filled my nostrils, a reminder of the house's long abandonment. Each footstep echoed in the oppressive silence, amplifying the eerie atmosphere. "See, nothing here," Mark chuckled, his voice echoing strangely in the empty space. We ventured deeper, the floorboards groaning under our combined weight, each creak sounding like a whispered warning. A sudden draft, cold and unexpected, slammed a door shut somewhere in the depths of the house, the sound reverberating through the walls. My blood ran cold, and I could feel the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. The house seemed alive, watching, waiting for our next move. "Who's there?" Mark's bravado faltered. His voice cracked. Silence. Then a faint scratching sound coming from the floor above. We exchanged nervous glances. Goosebumps erupted on my arms. Mark pointed his flashlight towards the staircase. "Let's just go," Jessica whispered, her voice tight with fear, but Mark, emboldened by a false sense of courage, started up the stairs. The air grew colder as we ascended, each step echoing ominously in the silence. The wooden stairs creaked under our weight, adding to the eerie atmosphere. Each step seemed to take us further into the heart of the house's darkness, where shadows danced on the walls. A low moan drifted down the hallway, sending shivers down my spine. My breath caught in my throat, and I could feel my heart pounding in my chest. Terror clawed at my chest, making it hard to breathe. Then we saw it. At the end of the hallway, a shadowy figure, hunched, swaying. Its presence was almost palpable, like a dark cloud hanging in the air. Mark froze, his flashlight beam trembling. The figure raised its head, and a long, drawn-out wail filled the air, echoing through the empty halls. It was a sound that seemed to come from the depths of despair, chilling us to the bone. Panic seized me. I stumbled back, tripping over my own feet. The hallway seemed to close in around me, the shadows growing darker and more menacing with each passing second. The flashlight clattered to the floor, plunging us into darkness. The sound echoed, amplifying the fear that gripped my heart, but as quickly as it had started, the wailing stopped. The abrupt silence was almost as terrifying as the noise itself. Silence descended once more, heavy, suffocating. It felt like the air was being sucked out of the room, leaving us gasping for breath. Mark picked up the flashlight and shone it down the hallway. The beam of light cut through the darkness, revealing nothing but empty space. The figure was gone. "See? Just the wind," Mark said, his voice shaky. He tried to sound confident, but I could hear the tremor in his words. Relief washed over me, but it was short-lived. The sense of unease lingered, like a shadow that refused to disappear. Because as we turned to leave, I noticed something on the wall. It caught my eye, a small detail that sent chills down my spine. A photograph, covered in dust. It looked ancient, like it had been there for decades, forgotten by time, and beneath it a name scrawled in faded ink, Mark. The realization hit us both at the same time. This wasn't just a coincidence, it was a warning. My blood turned to ice. That was Mark's face in the photograph. Younger, but undeniably him. He followed my gaze and his eyes widened in horror. "That's impossible," he breathed. The floorboards groaned beneath us. The house sighed. We were not alone. The front door slammed shut with a deafening bang. We were trapped, and something told me we were not meant to leave.